Before we head into the video, I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, RL Exchange. Now, RL Exchange is the best way to buy any item and credits on any platform and at the cheapest prices so that you can build your dream setup. They have 24/7 active support and the fastest delivery around, so make sure to go and check them out using the link in the description down below and use code TXC to get yourself 3% off your order. In this series, I'm going to be trading up to the exotic black Tunica wheels, currently worth 23,000 credits, and I'm going to be starting off with 100 credits. As well as making profit for myself, I'm going to be giving away secret tips and tricks so you can make thousands in credits for yourself. Remember to drop a like and subscribe if this video helps you, and let's get straight into the episode. So if you watched the last video, you would know that I have mostly credits in my account, but also a few items which I do need to sell on, and ideally I'm going to be getting rid of all of those before I start to buy anything else into my inventory. I just like to sort of clear out everything so I can have a fresh start and manage my items a little bit easier. But I am selling on a Zomba, which I believe is also a non-crate exotic, in the first trade for 100 credits. It is a pretty basic trade, but again, it is just clearing out all of those items. Now with the lime gurnots, I was actually going to be trying to sell them on for their spreadsheet value of around 300 credits, but no one was interested until I sold it, which was really annoying. But I'm still getting 120 credits. It is a bit of a shame because I listed it up for 250 on RL Garage, and about an hour after I sold it, somebody messaged me saying they were interested in the item. I forgot to update my post and someone was interested. It was really annoying, but I can't really do anything about it, so we move on. And I'm also selling on the Shattered for the minimum value of 200 credits. This was actually quite hard to sell, but I was pretty committed to getting it sold just because, as I've mentioned, I am trying to sort of clear out my entire inventory before I buy any more items into the inventory, and I managed to do that selling on the Chameleon for, again, the minimum value of 200 credits. Okay, I'm sorry for pausing the video, but just before we get into the next trade, I'd like to talk to you about the insane giveaways that are going on in my Discord server. Firstly, every 1,000 subscribers, a White Octane will be given away, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. As soon as we hit 25k, a White Octane giveaway will start in that very Discord server, and all you have to do is join the server using the link in the description down below. I apologize for interrupting the video, and let's get back to the trades. If possible, I try not to sell any items below their minimum value because for the most part, I know I can sell them for their minimum values, and also I don't really want to be quick selling any items because the main idea of this series is to make a ton of profit, and if I'm selling the items for below their minimum value, I'm not maximizing my profit, and it's going to take even longer to get that black Tunica. So if possible, try and sell your items for their minimum value. I'm going back to doing a few more basic trade with high demand items. This black Zomba is so easy to sell. I'm picking it up for 100 credits below the minimum value, and what I'm actually going to be trying to do is selling that item for around the middle value or a little bit more than the minimum value, just because it has such a high demand and loads of people are looking for it. I was able to pick up black Sterns and black OEMs in the same trade I've mentioned in every single episode. Both of these items are so good for making profit. Right now on RL Garage, I'm offering 960 for black OEMs and 660 for black Sterns. As I found that trade on the Xbox Looking for Group section, I was able to underpay by a little bit more, exactly 150 credits below each of their minimum values, and I should be able to go on to sell each one for the minimum value and make in total 300 credits profit. Orange Draco, I believe I'm paying either 50 or 100 credits below the minimum value. I tried to underpay by a little bit more. Unfortunately, that guy wouldn't go lower, which is sometimes something I encounter. I'm still able to make a little bit of profit off of it, so I take it anyway, but it will be quite hard to sell. And painted interstellars have been so good already in the series, and also basically anytime I've been trading, I always try and buy painted interstellars because loads of people quick sell them because they don't have the greatest demand. That allows me to underpay by a lot. I believe I underpaid maybe 200 or 300 credits below the minimum value for that painted interstellar, and I should be able to go on to sell it for the minimum value. Again, buy more high demand items. I believe I'm paying again 100 credits below the minimum value for each of the Fennec and the Zomba. That should be another 100 credits profit per item when I do sell it on for the minimum value. In the last episode, you would have seen that I bought a painted mainframe, the white mainframe to be exact, for around 9.1k, and I sold it on for around 11.4k. That was the best trade so far of the series, and again, I'm picking up another white mainframe. This trade was insane, and at the time, I believe it was 11k minimum value. It had dropped a little bit. I'm still underpaying by 1,000 credits, which is insane, and after I bought it, it actually went back up to 11.5k. Now, it doesn't have a great demand, so it will be a little bit hard to sell, but eventually I should be able to find around 11 to 11.5k, and that would be a ton of profit. Another 1,000 credits profit from a single trade. For some reason, loads of people always message me saying they have white mainframes, and to be honest, a lot of the time they are trying to scam me, but sometimes they just give me the white mainframe for way below the selling price. I've got no idea why, but I'm not going to complain because I'm the one taking the profit from the item. Again, I'm going to be picking up another orange Draco, and also I did sell on my black Zomba in the last trade for a little bit above the minimum value, which I said I was going to try and find. Now, both Zombas and Dracos have quite high demand, so I'm going to be trying to get the middle value for both if possible. Sometimes I won't be able to find it, and if it takes a little bit too long for me to try and sell my item, I will drop down the price a little bit just to make sure I'm not wasting too much time trying to sell it. And again, picking up another black OEM is so good for making profit. It's not that hard to sell, and I can usually underpay by around 140 credits, and that allows me to get 140 credits in profit every time I do that trade. This was another really good item overpay for me. Now, the Crimson Zomba's only worth 400 credits, but I was able to get 330, a non-crit exotic, which already adds up to 430 credits, and then he also added an atomizer, which I believe is valued at 200 credits, so that takes the offer up to over 600 credits, which is way above the maximum value for the Crimson Zomba. Sometimes if people don't have enough credits for your item, they'll just overpay in items because they really want your item, so make sure when you are making your posts that you open yourself up to item overpays as well. A lot of the time people do try and underpay with items, which is annoying, but sometimes you will get that gem where people just overpay a ton in items, and you can go on to sell those items and make a ton of profit for yourself. Now, at this point, I wanted to start selling a load of items because my inventory has quite a few items in it, and I barely have any credits, so what I want to do is clear all of that out, and we're going to be starting with the easiest items to sell. I always talk about this when I'm selling my items. I start with the items that have the highest demand, the items that are going to be the easiest to get rid of, and then that allows me to sort of clear some items out of the way, and then I can, after that, focus on the items that are harder to sell, such as maybe the orange Dracos or the Cobalt Interstellars that are going to have a lower demand. But I am selling on a Blackstone for 800 credits. That is going to be the minimum value. Again, I do mention quite a lot that I usually sell my items for their minimum value because it's going to take a lot of extra time to get anything more than the minimum value, and right now when I've got a load of items, I just want to be as effective as possible at clearing out all of the items while still getting a decent price. So that is why I'm going to be going for the minimum value. Next up is going to be the Sky Blue Fennec. Again, Fennecs have a very good demand to them. Now, for some reason, I couldn't really get any other items sold. I was having a bit of trouble with both Black OEM, Purple Zomba, Atomizer. I managed to actually get the Cobalt Interstellar sold. I know I said focus on those really high demand items, but I actually just got this sold through RL Garage where I'm listing up all of my items anyway. So it was a bit of a coincidence that this item sold, even though it has quite a low demand. But when I'm using the Xbox looking for group, I'm going to be listing up 1 or 2 items at a time that have the highest demand and clear those out as quickly as possible. But next up, again, is going to be the Black OEM, selling on for the minimum value. I know I've already mentioned it in this episode, and I know I've already mentioned that in every other episode I always mention this, but Black OEM's Blackstone, so good for making profit. Buy them for anywhere between 100 and 200 credits below their minimum value, and they're so easy to sell on, and it's really quick and easy profit. I'm going to be selling on my non-crit exotic for 100 credits. It's not a big trade, but again, it's going to be another item in the inventory that we are clearing out, so we got that gone again for 100 credits. I might be able to get a little bit more for it, but realistically, I can only get 120 credits at the most, and wasting an extra 10 minutes trying to get 20 credits more is not really worth it, because at this rate I'm able to make 100 or 200 credits profit per trade just trading with these high demand items such as the Purple Zomba. Again, clearing that out for, I believe, the minimum value of 500 credits, but just by using that method I was able to clear out my inventory very quickly. We only have 4 items left to go. Next up is going to be the Atomizer. The orange Dracos were very hard to sell, so at this rate they're not getting sold anytime soon, but I do get the Atomizer gone for 250 credits. I believe that was the minimum value at the time. I'm not sure what it is right now, but to be honest, at this point, I was considering selling some of my items below their minimum value because I was having a lot of trouble, and I think I was probably trading on a weekday at this point as well, so not too many people were online, which made it even harder to get my items sold. But I do manage to get rid of the white mainframe for some credits and an item. I am capped at 10,000 credits because my account is not too high of a level, but that came to 11,000 credits, which at the time was a minimum value. I'm not going to complain with that because I bought it for 10k, so we made another 1k profit on that white mainframe, and I managed to sell on both of my orange Dracos in the same trade, which is perfect because, as I mentioned, I was struggling to sell them, so getting them both gone in the same trade is going to save me so much time. But anyway, that is going to wrap it up for episode 6 of trading from nothing all the way up to the black Tunica. After another really good episode, our inventory comes to almost 19,000 credits, which is insane for just the end of episode 6. We're getting so close to the black Tunica already. But anyway, thank you so much for watching to the end of the episode. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Me.